India's adoption of electric mobility has been slowly but steadily gathering steam, and one of the flag bearers of this transition from ICE to BEV has been MG with the ZS EV. Launched in January 2020, the car has sold close to 4,000 units, actually more than 4,000 units till date. And for 2022, MG has given the ZS EV a thorough makeover. In comes a refreshed exterior, revised interiors, new features, and more importantly, a bigger battery pack promising more range. But before we dive deep into what all has changed and what is new with the ZS EV, do remember to subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon so that you get notified every time new content goes up on Auto Today. Updates to the styling bring the ZS EV's exterior in sync with the Aster on which it is based. It gets the same LED headlamps up front, but the differentiating factor here is the body-colored panel in place of a conventional grille. It doesn't just help the car stand out, but also makes it look more like an EV than the version it replaces. The front bumper, 17-inch alloy wheels, and the rear bumper are new as well. The facelift brings with it revisions to the interior as well. The highlights include a digital instrument cluster for the driver. It beams out all the relevant information regarding speed, battery status, range, regeneration levels, etc. Also comes in a 10.1-inch touchscreen for the infotainment system. This is the same unit as the Aster. It gets the same functions. You get inbuilt apps and you get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto support. Down below there is space for wireless charging for your smartphone, and next to it are charging ports as well. There is a regular USB port for connecting Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, and there is a Type-C port next to it. Just behind that you get the same rotary gear selector as the outgoing model and these buttons to control driving modes and region levels. There are two cup holders under the slider here. There is some storage space under the armrest. Aside from the features already mentioned, the ZS EV also gets automatic climate control, automatic headlamps, rain sensing wipers, cruise control, 6 airbags, 360-degree camera view, blind spot detection and more. Aside from these changes, the other thing that has been improved significantly is the level of premiumness within the cabin. I remember driving the older car and remarking how for the price it did not feel premium enough, but that has definitely changed with the introduction of the facelift. The materials used, MG has made liberal use of soft touch materials on the dashtop here and the dashboard trims. The upholstery, it's all black and it gets this sporty contrast, red stitching, and all in all the general ambience within the cabin has definitely improved. It feels more premium as well, and even the rear seats, and to show you what features are there for the passengers seated in the back, let's jump into the rear seat. If you're seated in the rear seat of the ZS EV, you get your own aircon vents. You get a regular USB port and a Type-C port as well for charging your cell phone. And there's also a rear center armrest now with cup holders. Plus, you get individual headrests for all 3 passengers and 3-point seat belts. And in general, the feeling of space in the cabin is very good, especially thanks to this huge panoramic sunroof. Plus, although nothing has changed in terms of space, but that never really was a problem to begin with. And just to refresh your memories, this seat is adjusted to my driving position and my height is 5'8" for reference. And as you can see, knee room is plenty. I have enough space to stretch my legs out. Headroom is generous enough as well. So all in all, the rear seat of the ZS EV is a good place to be in, especially if you're considering being chauffeured around. One of the most significant changes that MG has made to the ZS EV is they've given it a bigger battery pack. So the previous car had a 44.5 kilowatt hour battery pack. This one gets a 50.3 kilowatt hour battery pack, and that does increase the weight a little, but the more important gain is in terms of range. From 419 kilometers of claimed range, it has gone up to 461 kilometers now. Now, since the size of the battery pack has gone up, the charging time has also increased. So using a DC 50 kilowatt DC fast charger, 0 to 80% will be achieved in 60 minutes. That's, I think, 10 minutes more than the outgoing model with its smaller battery pack. And same goes for using a AC wall box charger. The charging time has gone up, and now you get 100% charge in 8.5 to 9 hours is what MG claims. The other thing is, the other way to charge the car is through a regular socket, but yeah, that is going to be very slow, 0 to 100% in close to 18 hours or 19 hours, but you still have that option, and that comes in handy in case you can't locate a fast charger or you're away from home, so your complementary AC wall box charger is also not around. But MG does have an extensive enough network, especially in bigger cities, and all their dealerships also have charging stations, so you can always head there and charge your ZS EV. Aside from that, power has also gone up to 176 bhp, but torque has come down from 350 Nm to 280 Nm. Now, that really hasn't affected performance significantly, nothing discernible at least, but that does mean that the 0 to 100 time hasn't increased despite the increase in power. It is still 8.5 seconds, which is fairly quick. The 0 to 100 kmph time aside, the thing with electric cars is the torque is all there right from the get-go. The acceleration is instantaneous, so when you're in traffic and when you just want to get past that annoying slow-moving vehicle hogging the rightmost lane, driving at 50 kmph, even though the speed limit is 100 kmph, you can just tap the throttle and get a move on. And that to me is one of the best parts of an electric vehicle, and that you get with the ZS EV. The ride and handling setup is largely the same as the model it replaces. The ZS EV is tuned for comfort, and it does fairly well even over broken tarmac, and most users will be very happy with the way it behaves on our roads. There are Eco, Normal and Sport drive modes available, and although the latter makes it quicker in a straight line and adds weight to the steering wheel, the ZS EV isn't a car that likes being pushed too hard through corners. All the features that we've shown you, all the premium new features that you've seen in the car that we have with us today, including those LED headlamps, electrically adjustable seats, 6 airbags, digital instrument cluster, and the works, they're all part of the exclusive trim, which is what is on sale currently. Now, we're not entirely sure what changes will be made to the much cheaper Excite trim, which comes into showrooms sometime in July, but expect the MG ZS EV to lose out on certain features in the lower, the cheaper Excite trim. All in all, the changes MG has made to the ZS EV with the facelift have improved the package significantly. It feels much more premium. I think it also looks better. It looks more like an electric vehicle, especially with the body colored closed off panel up front. The cabin feels more premium and feels like it belongs to a car at this price point. The feature additions have also helped improve the package significantly, and there's no reason for it to not continue being one of the best selling electric vehicles in India now.